here, Fr33, Angel Gate, blue team. It's Freeman as a Lord Commissar, very strong offense and support fights in melee combat. Begins with the Fracture Field. This is the Vostroyan Firstborn elite scheme. I think that's right. Alongside Matouzka is an Inquisitor, offensive commander, lots of great control abilities, begins in melee combat but can get ranged weapons, a little bit of support about her too. Rounding off the blue team, Max Power is a Force Commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. And let's just take a moment to savour this colour scheme here. I have no words. Up against, on the red team, Adila is a Farseer support commander that fights in melee combat, lots of great buffs with some debuffs and control abilities too. Alongside, Slaaneshi Cacophony is a Plague Champion, starts off range combat damage over time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, build turrets and repair, but is very slow. This is the Iron Warriors elite scheme, looking pretty damn cool on the Plague Champion with that helmet there. The CSM look quite dapper too. Rounded off the red team is Tachanka, Mark II I guess, as another Force Commander. This is the Salamander's elite scheme. Is his skin really meant to be that dark? Can't even make out any features, what the heck? Looks like Salamander's alright. Anyway, what's going on mid? Heretics fighting Inquisitor. This is 2.5.1 by the way, a little bit of an update. Nothing major, a few fixes here and there, some balance tweaks here and there. You can go over to dawnofwar.info/forum, head into releases to see the changes. The Space Marines got some tweaks to their Librarian, namely his range damage went up and a little bit of a cooldown reduction to his Gate of Infinity ability. We'll see if we see a Librarian today. 2 Force Commanders on the field, so we might well do so since Assault Terminator is going to appear later. Chaos got a few more nerfs. The damage over time of Plague Marine Bolters reduced, autocannon damage reduced, and the Aspiring Champion of Raptors cost increased. All pretty justified small little nerfs to the Chaos roster there. And of course, in 2.5, Heretics got some pretty big damn changes. For those that don't know, their melee damage was reduced, their cost was reduced, and also their Doom Blast damage was reduced quite a lot. I mean, down from the 25 to 15, is over a third of the damage taken off their Doom Blast, which has hurt their melee capabilities quite a lot. Use them much more as a very brief screen now, and they can't stay in combat as long as they could because they're not picking off models as they were before. So often you'll see yourself using that Doom Blast to actually escape because you don't really want to retreat while you're in full melee combat, taking all those hits. So instead of using the Doom Blast right at the start of the combat to suppress, control and set it up, a lot of times you're using it at the end. Although with a Plague Champion you can still fall back to the awesome Touch of Nurgle to strike fear in his enemies. Touch of Nurgle is so awesome, and now it's a little bit more of a crutch that the Plague Champion can rely on with the slightly weaker Heretics in melee. They do still retain all of their combat effectiveness with their grenade launchers, of course, so cheaper Heretics with grenade launchers is possibly a thing. We might see double grenade launchers here from Slaaneshi. Does have one grenade launcher squad. Chaos Space Marines also in retreat there. Slaaneshi with some Havocs on the field. What else we got going on? Some spotters on the way for both of the Imperial Guard players. Freeman already has his on the field with their funny hats. Adila double Dire Avengers into Banshees. Max Power, some Devastators. Those guys fighting over those Southwest double power, of course. One of the quirks of Angel Gate. Some strange contested power placement. What are these Heretics up to? Arguably makes them a better support unit, so you can get them on the field cheaper and they still worship just the same, still shoot their grenades just the same. Don't think he wants to lead with his Heretics here though. There he goes, backing them off a bit. There's a spotter, smoke shell, and since this is Angel Gate you can retreat, and it's a pretty short one most of the time, so Adila just choosing to retreat out there. He's got a shuriken on the field now, covering this contested POW which has been shot down. It looks like it does have a generator on the bottom though. Max Power, what is he up to? He's gone 1-1-1 with Devastators, and now Assault Marines on the field to jump that shuriken. The Force Commander can follow in with some battle cry goodness, maybe get some good hits off with it. He's got some shotgun scouts over there too. Someone went down. It's an Inquisitor has gone down. Assault Marines jumping in from Tachanka. Lord Commissar's right there though, and he does have his power sword, and this thing hurts a lot. The Lord Commissar does have this kind of animation quirk in that the damage seems to apply after his attack animations play, just like a little bit after, which has always been a little bit weird. Takes out a tactical marine model there. These assault marines are staying in place. It's really risky. Trying to control him with battle cry specials, is he? No, battle cry is not active right now. Lord Commissar is persuaded to leave, but the sentinel might drop another marine. 441 to 444. They're going to power bash with a flamer tactical marine squad. Sentinel uses the stomp. A little bit of damage, knockback, and a stun. Really is a fantastic ability for the sentinel. Otherwise, jump troops would pretty much roll all over Imperial Guard, though Catachans can still do a job for you in that regard. Force Commander should get away just fine. Yep. Plague Champion, he's got that mucus discharge. Awesome piece of wargage, 25 power, 100 wreck. Such good value on that thing. Tactical Marines trying to find this webway gate. It is concealed, which is why they're having to get right next to it. Since they don't have detector support from the scouts, they can retreat away from the base turret now. Their job done. That's a pretty strange placement for the webway gate. It's going to be revealed there a lot of the time, I think. Good little push though over here for red team. Bashed all of the power, I think. Those things were just rebuilt, were they? Maybe not. They bashed something. Scouts in retreat with those fancy salamander capes. You have a heavy weapon squad, up to 6 models of course in 2.5. 900 hit points, which is pretty nuts. Uh-oh. Adila retreat grenades. It's going to take out those Catachans. Yes, it is. I think they actually died before the grenades went off there. Adila can now retreat out. Max now responds. Space Marines, not always the quickest to respond, especially in Tier 1 when they don't have a Razorback and stuff. I think Razorback is not going to do too well on this map, though. Heretic's getting away there for Slaaneshi. What about his first squad? It's still default Heretic melee goodness, or not so goodness these days, I should say. Carapace armor up on the Lord Commissar. Now blue team are consolidating their position at the top, or at least trying to. Look at this Inquisitor, she's far ahead and decapping a wreck point. Has a Holy Brazier. This thing's awesome. Is it still 20 power? That seems crazy. Rosarius also. Wow, Matouzka lost most of the army though. Guardsmen and now some spotters on the field. Thunderhammer Force Commander already in play for Tachanka. Tier 2 now for Max and Fr33man. They're like halfway there. Red team already all Tier 2 proper with Plague Marines on the field, Wraith Guard on the field, a Whirlwind, and this Thunderhammer Force Commander, of course. Was that really worth the purchase this early, that Thunderhammer? .342 to 420 is a 2-to-1 cap. Down goes the Force Commander though. Shot to pieces by executed guardsmen, buffing their damage by 100%. Now the Lord Commissar picking his battles well, going off those tactical marines. Plague Champion now being tossed around. A little bit of a sloppy approach there by red team. Ran into trouble, losing stuff, including a hero over there. Tactical marines dropped in with a drop pod. Not entirely sure why. Maybe he's expecting a bunch of vehicles from... Assault Marine's going to go down. It took way too long to get away and drops the Assault Marines. That was pretty painful. Yeah, some sloppy engagements there for Tachanka. Looks like he had Artificer Armor on the way. Spotters continue to annoy people. Here are those Plague Marines, of course, recently nerfed in their bolter damage. Well, bolter damage over time, more specifically. We do have a Nurgle Shrine. Great help up here. These guys could get the Chimera beacon thing going, which could be good. Matouzka only hitting tier 2 now though. 337 to 398. What is going on at the bottom? Bunch of levels up, so some stuff died, I guess. Farseer just hanging out. She's got a gravity blade on the way, and Armor of Fortune is already up. No doubt supporting the Banshees with it, but can also support the Wraith Guard with it if they get jumped and stuff. Uh-oh. Heretics are not going to get away, I don't think. No, they do not. Plasma pistol shot, I think, finished them off. I was not paying attention at all, obviously, and did not see what killed so much of Matouzka's stuff. Just a general push over towards his power, I think, did it earlier on. Needs to recover. What does it recover with, though? Heavy weapons squads are generally a good idea to recover with. or some stormtroopers. He's gone for a Manticore. 75 power these days, of course, with the 25 power upgrade. Red team standing firm though. They have this shrine helping them out like crazy, and now they can push towards the power again. Sustained firefights, not always great for Imperial Guard before they have bunkers and support vehicles up and that kind of thing. Manticore is on the way though. Freeman with a heavy weapons squad coming out with his entire army, in fact. 2 fully upgraded guardsman squads with plasma guns against all that heavy infantry from the Marines. Could be powerful. Those things hurt like hell, especially when that Lord Commissar executes one of them. They do have some stormtroopers, I think, called in by Matouzka there. Throwing their frag grenade out, going to hit those tactical marines quite nicely. Takes out a model, yes it does. These guys standing out of cover in all sorts of trouble. The whirlwind though is causing havoc with that disruption. If that whirlwind wasn't there, those double guards with plasma guns I think would have shot the crap out of those tactical marines. What is this Manticore doing? Does not want to get any closer to the... Where are the plague marines actually? Oh, they've been forced off there, there we go. Lord Commissar was quite diligent in going after them, but the Manticore is lost immediately thanks to the Banshees. Did it even fire a shot? Don't think it did. Yeah, that was a pretty quick Manticore. Tier 3 for Slaaneshi. Might be able to get some relatively quick Terminators on the field, but he does need a bunch more red for that. Max power with a Power Fist, Artificer, and Teleporter pack. Not quite sure why he's gone for that Power Fist. Maybe he wants to hunt down this Whirlwind. Would be very, very great for his team if he could take it down. Looks like he might be going after it. Red team continuing to sit on this power and just wipe it away each time. They've also decapped that wreck point, which is pretty annoying. Web Brigade, again in a little bit of a strange place. It's going to be spotted there, you would think. Does Max have? He does have a Scout Sergeant. So it's going to be spotted. Although, I guess, unless you put Web Brigades around these top areas, there's not a lot of places you can hide them unless you can get one on this natural power up here. Looks like he wants one to get him into the mid of the map quickly. How the Wraith Guard been doing? Got a little bit of XP. Kicking off over this contested VP. So 1-to-1 cap. Red team need to get their natural back. Look at this. Power Fist Force Commander. Punching Chaos Havoc. They do have that Mark of Pawn autocannon. Had its damage reduced by 5 per shot, I believe. I'm not sure if that DPS figure on this tooltip has been updated or not, but I think it went from 60 damage down to 55, or it was 55 down to 50, something like that. Down goes the Whirlwind. Nicely done, max power. 249, 398. It's going to make it a hell of a lot easier for the blue team to operate at the top, unless he just replaces it, of course. I don't think he will. I'm thinking he wants to go tier 3 right now. Oh, look at these awesome looking Salamander Stern Guard. They look fantastic. What's this? Heavy weapons squad, just with the heavy bolter still. Has that awesome refractor shield thing. So he can't get knocked down, which is a pretty big deal for a setup team. Here comes that Lord Commissar. Has stubbornness, can make him incredibly difficult to deal with. And look at how much damage he's doing with his sword now. Leveling up are these guardsmen. Tactical Marines and Stern Guard scared off. So actually doing the right thing, I think, and keeping his CSM unupgraded. They're level 2 though. Do have Eternal War, which is, I think, all he wants to give them for now. And the Sparring Champion could be useful later on with its slaughter shenanigans. Chaos Predator on the way for Slaaneshi. Keep saying tanks are bad on this map. People keep getting them and losing them. We'll see how he does with his Chaos Predator. Those Stormtroopers get absolutely wrecked, but they do get away with a single model. Slaaneshi staying in the field. Plague Champion himself is having a dance with the Predator tank. It's getting a Mark of Nurgle, so that should help it survive. It's going to get hit by Manticores though, isn't it? We have 2 on the field. Matouzka replacing the Manticore he lost. Freeman getting one up also. They are sacrificing their ability to go tier 3 for those things, so they need to pay off. I mean, there's a lot of things to frustrate setting up a defensive position. He has those Commissar flares, he has spotters. Matouzka also has spotters and double Manticores that can weigh in with some fire. There's the Holy Pyre. Inquisitor now in retreat. She's going to live. Stone Guard veterans using their Hellfire rounds right now. Good versus light infantry and heroes and sub-commanders and that kind of thing. Doing damage over time versus those targets. Lascannon on the field in response to this tank. This tank might go down immediately. Manticore strike, Lascannon shots, and mines dropped by the Lord Commissar there. No, Lascannon is forced off. The tank lives. That's some noxious cloud from the Plague Champion from his global bar. Great ability that is against Imperial Guard. Oh, down goes the Predator though. The second Manticore strike did get it down. And he invested in the mark. Didn't do a whole lot, did it? We'll see what he responds with now. How much red does he have after using that noxious cloud? Not enough for Terminators. The fist might be good to guard against this serious amount of range damage going on. Although that's a big lump of resources to stop that kind of thing. What's going on bottom? Eldar in retreat. These two powers are still both red though. This one's being decapped. The Assault Marines do have their sergeant. Tier 3 for Matouzka. He has double Stormtroopers, both with Assault Kit. Gives them really long range on these Hell Guns. Or Hotshot las guns, I think they're called. There we go. And a Frag Grenade, of course, which is pretty damn useful. Since if you try and approach them in melee, you can catch with a pretty nasty grenade. Now it's the blue team's turn to bash power. Bashing power isn't as effective in team games as it is in 1v1s because you have an entire team there that can repurchase the generator. What is this Inquisitor doing? Oh, she's been thrown around by the Farseer. I was going to say, that was crazy. You have the full team, I was saying, to repurchase those generators. I mean, if you only get 3 generators down, each of the players only needs to spend 100 rec to get them all back online. Of course, you do lose income and stuff. Not that it's useless, it's just not as useful unless you can keep pressure up on it for a long time. Assault Terminator is on the field from max power. He has a full roster of stuff. What are the Plasma Devs doing? I think it's time to transition into the mid a little bit more. 249 to 258. We have a Predator for Tachanka, another Chaos Predator for Slaaneshi. We'll see how long this one lasts. I think some Noise Marines with Blastmaster maybe would have been pretty good, although with double Spotters and double Manticores, perhaps not. It's boring, but I think more Plague Marines would have been pretty good. Can stand and shoot and cap and run after Manticores. Uh-oh, Assault Terminator is chasing a Predator tank. Gonna try and get some rear armor hits with those heavy melee Thunderhammers. Those shields are kind of just for show. They don't actually block attacks with them or anything. They do get a bunch of health though, 5,400, thanks to being Assault Terminators signified by having that shield. Oh, Assault Terminator is teleporting after it. This tank is leading the blue team on a wild ride here, and Banshee's coming in to chop some stuff up from Adila. Has Runes of Reaping, not the Spirit Stones. Now trying to bash power. There are a bunch of guards with the shoot, and his tank is still alive. Might be down here though. Fourth corner just can't get the flesh over steel going from his power fist. He's going to be forced off. That tank is shooting him in the jaw. Yeah, might go down. In fact, does go down in retreat. Was he killed by that barrel? I don't think so. This Predator tank might live. This is amazing. Wants to stay away from the bases though. He needs to come in this direction and leave that way. But he's going right up to the base. He's going to go down. Manticore's there. We have a bunch of Marines that can just hit it on rear armor and eventually take it down. Oh, missile onto Tactical Marines is definitely going down. Could have got it away, I think, if he just went a different direction. He, of course, did not know what was lurking around there. Second tank down. Slaaneshi's second, which is also Mark of Nurgle, is still around. Gives it 75% more health, up to 1225 at level 1, which is nuts. Melee resistance and health regen. Also, of course, benefits from that Nurgle worship. Does do less damage with its main cannon, though it does leave a damage over time green crap on the ground. Another Shrine up 2, a little bit further back this time, could be vital. Plague Marines are capping duty, and these guardsmen do not want to fight this tank. There you see that green crap on the ground. Don't want to sit still with it there either, but everything's reinforcing off this bunker 3 at a time. They're not too concerned, I don't think. Everyone in tier 3. Lehman Russ on the field for Matouzka actually. He has recovered really well from those early losses, as you can do in team games. 113-254. Angel Gate is actually a pretty good map for recovering on from early losses, since you can just dip in and out of engagements, retreat quickly, and rebuild that way and not suffer too much. I mean, blue team got their power hit over and over and over again early on, but they're doing pretty good now. Max Power's lost his plasma devs, tactical marines. I can't select them. Have they gone down, or are they inside somewhere? They have gone down. Now they disappear. Avatar of Cain on the field for Adila, now getting a fire prism. Here it is, the None Shall Fall from the Fist of Brockus. Such a nasty combo, Fist of Brockus and Stubbornness, because you want to focus fire the Lord Commissar so that he can't keep things alive with his fist, but Stubbornness makes that pretty difficult when he's surrounded by 24 guardsmen and some extra spotters and stuff. Leveling up is the Curse Predator 2, up to 1347 hit points. For a tank, that's pretty nuts. Look at this fight. Assault Terminators versus a Power Fist Force Commander. These are Tachanka's Assault Terminators, and here come Max Powers with Lightning Claws, and they are ripping the other Assault Terminators to shreds. Did they get away? They've teleported somewhere. Let's see where. Over there. They will get away, I think. Lightning Claw Terminators. Uh-oh. Getting hit by a rocket run. There's the teleporter. They do get away. Looks like both Assault Terminator squads are going to live. Are we going to see Librarians, though? Max Power is down to Assault Squad and Assault Terminators, though. I think some Eldar killed his stuff while I was watching that. Oh, Dark Creepers on the field. These guys got a bunch of changes in 2.5.1. Now cost slightly more. Have slightly more weapon range, up to 48 from 44. I think they can outrange most heavy bolters and stuff. And some changes to their upgrades. The Aspect is now available in Tier 3, which increases their damage by 15% and does something else as well, I forget. Pin in Fire gives them Pin in Fire. So they can't get Pin in Fire in Tier 2, I don't think. I think that's right. I know it gives them 15% more damage. Uh-oh. Is that Emperor's Wrath? It is. That thing's awesome. Where's the Commissar? It's over there. Switch to Emperor's Wrath. Going to make him easier to shoot down, but that can just insta-gib squads, that thing. Uh-oh, Las kind of getting shots in the tank. Down it goes. The third tank I've seen go down. We'll see how the Lehman Russ does with all of that Imperial Guard support. 99-195. Blue team with a 2-1. Mark of Pawn CSM hanging around now, getting in amongst those guardsmen. Power melee, chain axes. Uh-oh. Sure, just manticore your own stuff. They reinforce so quickly. It was effective. The CSM, level 4 CSM at that, just about making it out of there, barely. Must have had maybe under 10 when they started to retreat. Plague Champion getting his fist, going to help him cap the top, has Armor Pestilence and Mucus Discharge, so he's going for the super tanky Plague Champion build. 99-191. Seems to be the way to go. Icon of Nurgle's really fallen off the radar for Plague Champion, I find, these days, with the cost reduction to Mucus Discharge, especially since it went down from 30 to 25 power. Hell Fury Strike from Matouzka's global bar there, scaring off some Marines. Are these Terminators going to get away? That was a Judgment. Rarely you see it go off from the Inferno pistol there. They're being chased, but I think we'll be okay. That's just a bunch of piercing damage which they have good resistance to. They need to be so careful, though, with these Lightning Claw Terminators around. They do not want to use their teleport offensively ever, I don't think. Bad news for Wraith Guard. Banshees are going to engage here, really? I guess so. Dark Creepers are going to do a lot of damage to those Terminators. Battlecry, Force Commander. Oh, good shot from a Plasma Cannon in base. Force Commander does get away, and so do the Banshees. So that Adila's making a concerted effort to go after this VP right now. The battle for those bottom two powers has fizzled out, as it usually does. Avatar's still around, not sure where he is. He's back at base healing up. He's healed, though. Uh-oh, Eldritch. And it's not completely wasted. Got some solid hits on the Terminators, but the Terminators should be able to get away, being so close to base. Tried to use the levitation field as well, but the Farseer goes down. Yeah, was a wasted Eldritch in the end. Strange decision to use it there. against Terminators. Maybe he knew for a fact that they'd already used their teleport and was trying to catch him. It would have been awesome if he pulled it off. Level 5 Inquisitor puts her Rosarius up, and Hammer of the Witches on a scout model. Level 4 scouts over here for Tachanka. Some friendly fire plasma cannon hits, as is often the way. Terminators need to get between the two bases so they heal up faster. Here's the Avatar. Uh-oh, Vanguard veterans caught in between their... Uh-oh. Yeah, bunch of Marines, and the Avatar was there just in case they did get away from the Marines. Caught in a bad place. Nice trade, says Tachanka. What did he lose? The Force Commander, I guess? Level 7, this guy. Do you still have the hammer? No, it's a power fist now. Dark Reaper's eating a smite from a librarian. Here you go. Gets Tome of Time, get Psychic Hood on the way. Now doing increased range damage with his bolt pistol and with his like psychic attack when he gets the staff. So he's a altogether more dangerous combat unit. It was already pretty damn good in melee combat. Seen that guy tear stuff apart with his staff. Beams of the orbital hit him pretty nicely. That's from max power, obviously. Hit really nicely, almost taking out his Dire Avengers, almost taking out the Stern Guard veterans. Nothing quite there to finish them off. But certainly made them run the hell away. Will they live? Uh-oh. That was a really bad teleport from Tachanka. These Terminators are done for. Why would you offensively teleport in there? That was crazy. Down they go. So quickly they go down too. Another orbital, this time from Tachanka himself. And doesn't do a whole lot. These guys under None Shall Fall will not fall. Hence the name. Even Russ is still around. Is this the same one? It's not the same one. This is Freeman's. So Matouzka did lose his tank. That's the fourth one claimed by Angel Gate in this match that I've seen in a way. Did they have a Fire Prism at some point? Maybe he cancelled it to get the Dark Creepers up. That's Veil of Time on the Terminators, negated completely by... What's that thing called again? Time Field, there we go. From Armor of the Assyrian, replacing her Fortune armor war gear. What's this? Manticore in a very sneaky position. Blade Champion levels to 7, up to 15-11 hit points with a self-heal and Pestilence Strike, which gives him huge resistances to range damage and a stun, of course, for all this stuff. He is persuaded to leave there, though. Eventually, that Commissar would have done a lot of damage to him in melee. Painful. Kasrikin on the field with plasma guns. These guys got a bunch of changes in 2.5. They are now heavy infantry. And in 2.5.1, they got a melee damage increase and something else. What was it? Can't remember now. Scouts following in. Decent plasma cannon shot. This should stop approaches to this VP quite well. Of course, the commander's level 8, 99 to 126. Boom. Dark Creepers get away though. And this Avatar's been a massive pain in the ass. It's a really good map for this type of unit. Just throw them into stuff quite brazenly, and you should be able to get away most of the time unless it's snared to hell. Force Commander gets out. Max Power's recovered quite well here, and he is holding this VP alongside Matouzka. And blue team have the 2-1. It's kind of falling apart at the top for red team. Tachanka losing a lot of stuff, kind of sloppily. I mean, I don't think he could have done a whole lot about that Whirlwind loss, but that Assault Terminator loss was certainly sloppy. Also could have got away with that Predator earlier on, but how much longer would it have lived for? Avatar chasing down the Lord Commissar wants none of that. This guy's level 9. Doing huge amounts of damage now with this fist. I know they get... heroes get 33% more damage at level 10 in melee. Not sure what it is at level 9. Pretty close to that. I guess it's 3% per level maybe. 99 to 86. Uh-oh. Mark of Corn CSM taken out in retreat by that Lord Commissar. On his way to level 10. 1-1 here. What's this? Oh, a Nogli nuke I missed. Damn it. did he kill? Nothing I can see. Obviously, Matouzka now with double Cacophony with plasma guns doing outrageous amounts of damage. I mean, over 32 DPS plasma from the plasma guns alone. Then you have the Sergeant and the other Cacophony models with their piercing hotshot las guns. Avatar trying to get away. That's a hell of a lot of damage on those Terminators. He's trying to use Wrath of Cain. And oh, they got Gate of Infinity'd away. He might have been able to finish. Yeah, he definitely would have been able to finish the Avatar if he stayed in there and attacked it. This Rocket Run is completely missing everything. He was trying to finish off the Avatar with that, I think. Avatar saw it and moved away. Avatar lives. Uh-oh. Our Avengers do not live. 99-76. Blue team still holding on to this 2-1. Slaaneshi has a Land Raider Phobos. We'll see how long it lasts on Angel Gate. More Plague Marines on the way. Also, blue team looking pretty good at the top. Have a Manticore in an awkward position to fight. A Lehman Russ. Las Cannon, a whole bunch of guardsmen. With the Lord Commissar kind of, yeah, roaming the map and punching stuff with his fist. Red team determined to go after this natural though, rather than go top. I guess that kind of makes sense with what's top. But it's not going to be easy to push down here either. So Terminator is teleporting in with claws, going after heretics, and then taken back to safety by the Librarian. There is the Dirgecaster from the Phobos with twin link las cannons on the sponsons and a twin linked heavy bolter on top. This thing can put out some hurt. Look at this though, Land Raider Redeemer on the field from max power. Give the blue team a massive buff in field presence, but can it survive an Eldritch Storm? There is one immediately. With Time Field, it's going to go down immediately, isn't it? Yep. Phobos will quite easily finish it off if the Wraith Guard didn't. That was a very, very quick life of a Land Raider there. The Phobos might not last too much longer though. 99-27 is still a 2-1 for blue team. Just as I was talking up how important the Redeemer might be, Eldritch on it immediately. Down goes a Phobos. Here's a Fire Prism. Might help them stop some caps and stuff. Look at this. Tachanka's scouts being pretty sneaky, getting a decap. It's not over. 99-19 is a Nurgle nuke. It's a pretty good nuke from Slaaneshi. Can he actually wipe a squad? He does wipe at least one. That is an insane amount of death. He got tons of red from that. Up to over 300 again. He's got triple Plague Marines, has he? Or is this just a bugged squad that's appearing on roster? I think he only has 2. Just a little roster bug. Oh, down goes some Plasma Devs. 99-19. What is this? More Terminators from Max. The drop pod with Tactical Marines inside. Yes, it is. That's from his global bar. The drop pod from the Heroes panel is the one that only reinforces. Avatar moving in. He can't cap though. That is the Wailing Doom. Gonna knock him off the cap, but doesn't kill him because of None Shall Fall. 1-1 cap. Can red team get the D cap over here? In fact, blue team finishing the cap rather. There's a 2-1 now. Our Avengers very bravely going in, but they're not actually decapping. Wraith Guard down to a single model. Down to 2 models I should say. Absolute desperation from the red team trying to stop this 2-1, but that's a Manticore in your face. Yeah, blue team have got this, I think. Avatar chases in a tank, but heavy losses from Tachanka. Taking a toll, I think, over time. Max had heavy losses too, but he recovered well. His Terminators are down though. Didn't see them go down. Manticore trying to escape the Avatar. It's a 1-1 cap. Blue team trying to retake there. And look at this. It's not over. I think red team are going to get the top. They're going to get the contested. All this stuff is going to come and shoot, but the fist over there should allow him to cap quite easily. Now it's the Librarian of max power capping. Level 3 this guy. Down goes the Avatar. Leveling the Force Commander to 9. He does explode after death, which I think knocks down stuff, but he doesn't do any damage. Shrine goes down. There's the 2-1 for red, but they are sitting on 4 VPs. Another Phobos from Slaaneshi. Was not expecting that. Can he get it to the top in time for it to matter though? Or does he keep it on his VP and defend? He needs to be so careful here. They all want to go top to contest that VP, but if you do, your natural gets decapped immediately. It's so close to the bases. Librarian level 3, throwing out a smite. Fire Prism doing its thing. Needs to stay away from that Inferno pistol. Purgatus already also on the Inquisitor, I should say, is level 8. 76 to 4 was going on top. Manticore Strike just went off, I think. These Plague Moons are still capping, yes they are. I'm gonna say, how the hell are they capping this? Because there's still 2 models over there. That's Emperor's Wrath. Bang. Exploded a model, but they're still gonna cap eventually, or at least try to. What's that? That's a rocket run on the Phobos. Not necessarily the best nuke versus big stationary vehicles, but help do some damage to it at least. 76 to 4, 1-to-1 cap. Red team are going to get the top, I think, thanks to these Plague Marines. What's going on bottom, though? Can they defend? I mean, with the Fire Prism, it's going to be hard to cap, but the Force Commander won't be knocked over with that Terminator garb. Good choice from Max right at the end here to get the decap, which could be so vital. He's definitely going to get a decap at least. Lord Commissar also capping top. Uh-oh, another Nurgle nuke. That's the 3rd one. Massive, massive damage to Guardsman, but it was only Guardsman. And blue team, thanks to that decap, and this decap, of course, get the single cap to take it through. Freeman actually had a Baneblade on the way, another Lehman Russ on the way too. Let's have a look at Commanders, end of the game. Lord Commissar level 10. Inquisitor level 10. Are they all... Oh. Terminator Force Commander ruined it by not leveling. Level 9 Force Commander from Tachanka had the hammer and the fist, I think. Level 8 Plague Champion had his Plague Fist, and we had a level 6 Farseer for Adila. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.